Hello and welcome to the latest instalment of All Access Plays Raid Shadow Legends, where you can see that Kale has now got his 4th star and has an accessory equipped. You can see he's level 19, so I've been levelling him up. And one of the things to look at is total stats. Ideally, we want to get his attack as high as possible. Then we want to work on crit rate, and then we want to work on crit damage. But before we do any more of that, there are a number of things that I wanted to call your attention to. One was the fact that we've reached level 20, claim the epic skill tome. And I'll quickly rattle through. Again, we want to keep that for as long as possible. We've got nearly 24 hours before I need to claim. We're at 75 as our maximum, but we've managed to get this, fighting the classic arena 3 times, and one of the rewards are Mastery scrolls. Now, we've not touched on Masteries, which is the next mission, and we also have some of these to claim. So 50 energy, purchase out to the market, win campaign side. So, a couple of things I wanted to point out was the fact that I have got very lucky in terms of the market and in terms of using mystery shards. Why have we been lucky in the market? Because twice in quick succession in the market a mystery shard has appeared for purchase, and they cost 200,000 silver. So you can see that my silver has dropped drastically, but that has given me the wherewithal to have 2 blue shards for silver, which is very, very good indeed. I've also had to upgrade artifacts to level 8, which is the maximum that you can on an account, and I've reached 800 attack with Kale. So I'll claim these quickly now, which shows that there's some energy, which is always useful, and you can see how much energy I've now got. And if we look at the view there, that's 100 energy for the 12 artifacts to level 8 or higher. So as much as I don't like doing so, which is the best one? Yeah, we'll upgrade her speed. Now, I have said that I don't like levelling War Priest past rank 4 and level 40, purely because there are better options, and to be fair, speed boots with crit rate and attack for a 1-star artifact, those are pretty good rolls overall. Although the artifact itself isn't that great, it is better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, given the way in which the game often does things. So, in this video we will have a look at the Minotaur Labyrinth. Now, whilst this is fairly straightforward, we really don't want to use champions which we may not want in the future. Now, I'm using this champion here, the Skinner, because he does have some utility in stripping buffs from enemy bosses. So we're going to give this a go and see how we get on. And it started on auto, so I'm just going to let it run. But the reason we're doing this, rather than using the 2 the scrolls that we've got at the minute, is to show you where to get more scrolls. And the way this battle works is that for 3 turns he has this buff. massive Raging Bull. Okay, so for 3 turns he does 400% damage. After 3 turns, for 1 turn he gets dazed, which means that he'll take 200% damage instead. As you can see, at level 1 he's quite easy to beat, which is why I've not used any other than these 3. And War Maiden's got the scrolls, which isn't terrible. That's also why we're going to take her to rank 4. So we'll go back to the Bastion, and we go to Champions, and we go to Masteries, because Kale has been given the 10 scrolls. And this is a series of buffs which are permanent, like this one, crit rate 5%. I haven't got anything for his crit rate at the minute, and because he's also poison based, his debuff accuracy is what allows it to land, so we'll also unlock that as well. So you get more scrolls from the Minotaur's dungeon. Once you've got 90 more scrolls, it's 30 for each of these. They're the tier 2s. You then get onto tier 3s, which require the green scrolls, and then after these 2 ranks here, I believe it starts here, rank 5 stars before you can unlock them, and rank 6 for the final. You then go on to the gold scrolls, and you need to get into higher levels of the Minotaur's dungeon in order to get the green and gold scrolls. And this is what I referred to when I said that you might want to hold on to your gems and spend 800 gems to fully skill out the masteries for a champion. They're your 2 main choices. Unlock the mine, which I didn't mean to click that, I meant to just move that over there so you can see the mine, or masteries. If you don't want to spend your gems on those, then the other way is to use gems to purchase full energies so that you can keep on using energy to go. So we've completed this, and I did that the wrong way around, so I won't do that again, but that's the next mission, and then we'll earn 3 stars. We've got 3 stars already earned, and then we're going back to Carock Castle again to complete that one. And because we've got to earn 1 of each type, then we just stick the random ones we earn on another champion purely for the 10,000 silver there, and because we've already done the level 8 or higher, that's unlocked, and then we earn 3 stars on every stage, but win 1 of each type of offense artifact, and do the same thing again, another attack with 6 offense artifacts. You're only doing these to get through the missions, and then we start looking at the Spirit, Force, Magic and Void. And then we get into a tricky one over here with Wind Gauntlets with attack percentage back of the Sewers of Ardnot. Now you can see why these start to get annoying, and then it starts looking at making us look at Ice Golem's dungeon, and this is why you want to keep your silver for the better artifacts, because now it's saying 6 artifacts level or higher on 4 champions, and then we're looking at beating champions in the arena. It's only 20 with an average team of 4. That's beating 5 teams, and then it wants our account to get to level 25. Now the reason I'm showing you these is because all the way over here, at the end of part 1, which should be 75 missions, you get to a new set, and you can see end of it is clear stage 7 of Brimstone Path, which is the end of normal campaign. And the reason I want to show you that is so that you're looking ahead. Always be looking ahead to what you want to be doing with your champions. Now, I don't have any rank 3s in my set at the minute, but the reason I said I'd been lucky with the shards was on 2 pulls of 10 mystery shards, the green shards, I did get a rare hound spawn and a rare gator. Bearing in mind that when we went through the drop rates, that's only a 1.4%. So they're not the best rares, but they are still rares. And that does give the account options. On the tournament, I've gone to rank 18, and if it will show quickly, please. Then it'll show you how close I am to the 1,000 points for the speed artifact, which I will keep banging on about because it is important for the first couple of days. And it doesn't want to, so we'll do something else instead, and that something else is to look at faction wars. At account level 20, faction wars unlocks, and every day 2 faction crypts unlock. These are special battles which don't require energy. This is one of the areas where you're doing something other than spending energy, and you have crypt keys. Each crypt has its own set of keys, and every so often you get a boss stage which is quite difficult, and it drops glyphs. Glyphs can be used to enchant your pieces of gear, so when you get a good piece of when you get a good artifact you want to keep, you can use these glyphs to boost the stats further. And now the shtick on this is the fact you can only use champions from specific factions. Haven't mentioned factions before, but this is where factions come in. So you can see there that Kale is a Dark Elf and War Priest is Sacred Order, but you can also see don't have very good champions at the minute, so they are going to be very difficult because you can't choose any champion you want. You are limited by the champions you have. So Dark Elves, Sacred Order, Lizard Man, which is partially why I've been lucky because I got Skull Swarm from the campaign, and Gator as a rare from a shard, both Lizard Man, so that will help the Lizard Man faction. And the head spawn is Demon Spawn, which I don't really have any with at the minute. Oh, side note, the Skinner, which I'm keeping for one of the potion keeps, is also a Lizard Man, so that will definitely help in that regard. So I wanted to mention the faction crypts because they do become an important part of the game from this point forward. At this point, at level 20, as a fresh level 20, it's going to be difficult. And I also wanted to show Masteries. Also, quick look at the market. So straight away, that's quite lucky. 2 mystery shards. Pick them up. Oh, look at that. 3rd ancient shard. 200,000. Always worth picking up. You'll also note down here that I can unlock extra slots in the market. Opinion varies. Personally, I like to wait until I've got a lot more gems before I start spending them, and at the minute 2-star boots not really worth it. It does mean that you get a chance to get more champions, more gear, and more chances to get shards. So in 3 market checks that I've checked, I've had 3 ancient shards. That is phenomenal. Every account is going to be different, your mileage will change, one of the challenges we now have in Arena is upgrade any affinity bonus at the Great Hall. Now, as I said before, in the Great Hall, the game will want you to do each of the attacks for blue, green and red, which leads you down a bit of a false path. You require 50 to be able to unlock any, so I've still got a way to go for that, but it is something to bear in mind that you can work towards one challenge by unlocking one of the attacks early before you have to unlock the other two, and you're completing the challenge mission now and you're working towards a challenge mission in the future. So that is all I wanted to cover in this video, so I shall bid you adieu and wish you the very best for the rest of your day.